I need to hurry.
Time is a crucial element of the Dying Light gameplay, and the setting sun is a warning of the upcoming night, the scariest and most tense part of the experience. Abandoned buildings like this one can be dangerous, but they're also a good source of crafting parts and other loot. To survive, you need to constantly observe the environment. Search every nook and cranny for hidden stashes or abandoned weapons. It looks like the testing ground the scientist was telling us about. Let's use the gas here.
Too quiet.
If you manage to survive, Aaron.
It just came out of nowhere.
Remember
Oh,
that your fault
Lord.
is
Survival horror. I'm demonstrating exactly what we want, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. So, like military combos like this, if you manage to kill all of the infected here, or if you manage to outsmart them, because that's also an option. You can, for example, use a decoy, draw them to like away from this place, and then try to loot it. That's a very good place to find some ammo for your firearms. And as I said, firearms have really received a lot of love from us as developers in Dying Light the Beast.
Okay.
He's a bit too big for now, I think, this guy, right?
Yeah, this one, yeah, like
It looks,
let's not risk it. You already died once, so I don't.
It looks
playing with
so
fire,
fun.
Like the guys back at home are making bets, like will he die again?
Oh, so firearms, there's a little bit more of a focus on.
Yes,
on range
absolutely, absolutely. Maybe we could actually use the rifle. What do you think? It will get messy because the thing about firearms is they make a lot of noise.
Got you.
So as soon as you start shooting, there's a chance that the virals, the fast-moving zombies, will come. Actually, I think there's one guy over there.
All right, let's see what's up with that water.
Let's go inside.
Yeah, let's
Safer.
try to hide.
Good. They still haven't noticed us. But since some of them are using firearms, we need to get one for ourselves. In Dying Light the Beast, every resource is crucial, so we cannot let arrows go to waste. Okay, let's go in loud. Survivor's sense not only identifies the position of enemies, but also marks their type. This allows you to plan your assault accordingly. This was just a glimpse of how brutal Kyle can get when he's in his beast mode. When he receives or deals damage and is in danger, he can tap into these powers given to him by years of experimentation. That UV light is on, so it will protect us from any zombie invasion during the night. Let's use the bed and start fresh in the morning. Safe zones offer not only a bed to sleep in at night, but also a crafting table, which allows you to create or upgrade weapons. The dynamic weather system is not in Kyle's favor today, but it's a good glimpse into a number of graphical advancements we've made in Dying Light the Beast to make the world feel real. This is a game in which you can truly immerse yourself. The Beast is a proper open-world game, so it's full of dynamic emergent moments like this. Here, a group of raiders is pillaging some good loot. Let's see if they found something interesting. Dying Light is known for its thrilling night experience, and the Beast truly cranks it up. But there's more to the night than just the visuals. It offers a completely different gameplay experience. Now,
You wouldn't push me if I were you. What's happening? What do you want from me? I will kill every fucking one of them if I have to! What the fuck is happening to me? He's gonna pay for what he made me become. My name is Kyle Crane. And finally... As bitter. An organization called the GRE dropped me into the quarantine city of Haran to recover a top-secret file from a rogue agent. Right after landing, I was attacked by a pack of infected, but a group of survivors saved me. The one who pulled me out was Jade. If it wasn't for her, and the others at the tower, I'd be just another undead freak wandering the streets. And then there was Spike. He was like a brother to me. Turned out Haran wasn't what the media was selling us. The GRE had dropped me into the middle of a nightmare. The virus had ripped through the city, turning people into monsters. But the biggest monster of all was Rice, a warlord who ruled the city with an iron fucking fist. He was the one who stole that secret file. Turns out the GRE weren't the humanitarian agency they pretended to be. They didn't want a cure. They wanted a weapon. I managed to stop them, but in the process, I lost everyone I cared about. And then, I escaped Haran and hid out in the countryside, where a strange cult had taken control. The Children of the Sun followed a religious leader they called the Mother. She did something to me. She changed me. Clinging to my last shred of humanity, I was hunted by the GRE for months, for years. Finally, they caught me, locked me in a cage like an animal. And then, the real horror began.
The whole map has been created by hand by our artists. That's why it feels so immersive. It feels real, like every square inch is different.
Yeah, you've really put heart and soul into it. I mean, the second game, obviously, it's in the title, Dying Light 2 Stay Human.
Yep.
So I think that's been one of my favorite parts of the Dying Light games, is it's set aside from other games like that because it feels so realistic. And,
realistic also in the
especially the combat.
Exactly. Representation of gore. So another thing about Dying Light, aside from parkour, of course, it's a melee combat-focused game with lots of brutality, lots of gore. I think that's something that's very important in the zombie genre, that you really need to show the guts, you really need to show the blood, you really need to show the kind of the brains being exposed, the hearts being cut, heads being cut.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much of it can we show, because I think the previous games were a little bit on the family-friendly side. But that's also a good thing, because Aaron is having fun because he knows how to play the game. He spent hundreds of hours in it. But again, this is a game where you see zombies. Like when you cut a limb, you can cut it in 3 different places. You can really leave a lot of scars, wounds, like broken places on. Yeah, let's try to. That's nice, quite brutal.
I saw earlier
like
when you
that.
just left someone crawling because you cut his leg off, so that was quite mean for that poor zombie, I feel, as well. A nice flame.
Also, as you can see, there's a lot of versatility, yes, like, emotions. There's a lot of varied ways how you can solve combat situations. That's also something that we were always thinking about when we were working on Dying Light games. We want to give players freedom where they go anywhere, climb anything, freedom how they fight. Actually, we're leaving the mission area, so that of course in the full game you're not leaving mission area, so the freedom is open and you can go everywhere you want.
Yeah, I like the tactic of running away. That's my favorite tactic for zombies.
But that's also like, that's your choice, right? And again, like vehicles, another thing that's new to the beast. Actually, maybe we can also show the FPP, right? Because you can drive from that perspective, like keep the immersion. So it is like, it's nice to roam through zombies, blast through zombies with your vehicle, giving you a little bit of those Carmageddon vibes, but again, like a little reminder, this is a survival game, right? So like you need to think about how damaged your vehicle is,
and the gas. We're about to run out of gas.
Exactly, doesn't have gas. So I think we are slowly running out of gas. So
God, to find a gas station. That's,
Exactly.
you know,
I'm not sure they're still working. You know,
Oh, man. So with our new vehicles and things, is there different areas that we can explore around the world then?
No,
Different,
so
like,
actually we
islands?
decided to choose this one because it fits the environment most, right? So Aaron, when you get up, maybe let's just have a nice look around the place. So about
Taking the view, I love that.
yeah, take the view, and we'll talk about vehicles. So we have chosen those off-road pickups because they fit the environment most. We didn't see that much of it yet, but the whole world is actually quite varied. We have the town in the middle,
Cool.
we have an industrial park, we have swamps, we have mountains with hiking trails, we have farm fields, so a lot of very uneven terrain. So off-road pickups seem to be most fitted to this kind of environment. So yes, you are driving that vehicle. There might be some things hidden, but I'm not spoiling that too much. But then you're also able to customize the visuals of the vehicle a little. So there's still quite. Oh, I think that's the blanket that I was.
This was the.
So this is actually the real blanket that you can find in one of our level artists' grandmother's.
Actually, at one of the
homes.
playtests, some guy met me. He said the same thing. Like he recognized the blanket,
Yeah.
so it's a very iconic.
That's so wholesome.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's a challenge for
I
everyone
don't know.
playing
Are
it.
we ready to go into the night part? Because we
Hey.
might do that. But
I'm ready if you guys are.
a word of warning, because like Dying Light generally. Let's maybe look at some Vista before us. Okay, let's go to the night.
Yeah.
So what
Come on,
happens
I'm
is
scared.
that Dying Light basically is a game of two halves. The day part that we have just experienced, if you are a good player, you are in control. You know what to do, like you know how to behave. You will kind of find your way around in this apocalypse. But the night part is something completely different. What happens is the volatiles, and
Oh
I will
my
scare you a
God.
little, so kind of sit
Don't
tight.
do it to me.
The volatiles, like the scary monsters, the apex predators, the kings of the night, they are coming out, they are roaming the whole place. And with those guys, you don't fight with them. Like when you see them, you try to run away as quickly as possible. Okay, maybe at the end of the game, where your beast mode is fully charged, when you
Yeah.
have unlocked all of the skills for the character, because there's like a big skill tree of various beast skills that you unlock. If you are kind of fully formed beast mode Kyle Crane, you can fight with them, but without that, it's really, really scary. So maybe we can actually try to sneak upon those guys a little, so we see them from close.
We'll go sneaky beaky.
You can see where they are if you use the survivor sense. So that's like a special senses of Kyle Crane where we can see the threats and be aware of the threats
they're
around
already
him.
onto me.
But it seems the volatiles are everywhere. Maybe actually what we could do, that's scary.
There's so many.
Yeah.
The volatiles communicate between themselves, so if just one sees us, the chase starts. We can't allow this to happen. In moments like this, we can use our survivor sense to locate the volatiles around us. Hiding in tall grass offers some protection, but it's not enough to trick the volatile's senses. We'd better move. The safe zone is there, but the way is blocked by the volatiles. Let's distract them with firecrackers and make a run for it. As you can hear, this fight has made Kyle quite agitated, which means quite soon he might just lose his temper and unleash the beast within. Now that the zombies are gone, let's make sure we secure this safe zone so we can sleep tonight. We need to hurry. The volatiles can still be heard outside. Something bad happened here, but these zombies don't look like a threat anymore. Let's check out the electric box. Of course, one fuse is blown. Let's look for a new one.
Damn it!
Enemy in sight!
What the hell? What the hell is going on in there?
Seems we're not the only problem here. Something else is broken free. But first, we need to deal with the Baron's men.
That's all of them. Time to find out what's going on here.
It's time to investigate. Let's see what happened here.
A large cage and a very big hole. It must be huge. It's the same gadget I saw earlier. The hell is it for? You! What the hell are you doing here?
Who are you?
Answer the question, asshole!
I can't. He will.
Start talking.
Okay. We're testing a new virus strain.
What new strain?
For the chimeras. You know, the freaks.
Tell me where it is.
It escaped. Ran towards the forest.
Fucking great.
But you can still find it.
How?
Wait. You can lure it.
With what?
A special gas.
Gas?
There's a storage room in the basement. Take a gas canister and put it in the dispenser. It will lure the chimera there.
So that's what those devices are for.
There's one in the junkyard near the forest. He's close enough to lure it from the woods. Fire it up and the freaks will come to you. Please, don't kill me. I've told you everything, Castor.
I believe you. I need to find that gas.
Okay, so now we've got a shotgun. But what's more important is that we've also learned that the Baron is indeed manipulating the DNA of special zombies and uses some kind of chemical gas to lure and control them. Let's find that gas then.
Locked. Gotta be another way in. Of course. Fucker didn't bother to mention they have infected here, too.
Okay, so that's the Chimera. Big, meaty, dangerous, and throwing stuff at us. But Kyle Crane also has some tricks up his sleeve. We can use firearms, but of course ammunition is scarce, so our supply might not last the whole fight. Unfortunately, melee weapons don't work too well against a monster like this. Fighting with these biters allows Kyle to charge up his beast meter. Now, he's ready to unleash it.
Hey, Olivia. The gas worked. That freak came here.
Did you manage to kill it?
Yeah.
Well, thank God you're alive. But get your ass out of there, Kyle. God only knows what Baron's planning to do with those monsters.
One last thing and I'm on my way.
The Chimera is down, and we've got some intel about the Baron's operations. A vehicle, A bunch of guys armed with rifles. There's definitely some operation going on here. We could go for a frontal assault, but let's try a different, quieter approach.
Olivia, the Baron's guards are here. Main entrance is a no-go. I'm gonna have to find another way in.
Climb everything and go anywhere was always a motto of the series. In Dying Light the Beast, parkour is used not only for traversal, but also to solve environmental puzzles like this one. One, two, three, four, at least 5 enemies. A flamethrower. A new addition to the Dying Light arsenal.
All right, got the gas canister. Olivia, there's an escaped chimera here. I'm gonna try to lure it in with some kind of special gas. Turns out that's what those devices were for.
I wonder what kind of gas it is.
No clue. I just hope it works.
Kyle, please be careful.
Vehicles are another new feature of Dying Light the Beast, so let's use the Baron's men's pickup truck. Even though it feels nice to smash through zombies like that, you have to remember that this is a survival game. The vehicle can't get damaged or destroyed, and you'll need to find fuel for it.
Kyle, E&F is an old chemical factory south of the city. The Baron's men operate out of there.
Tell me I'm gonna find the Baron there.
No guarantees. But it's no coincidence they're active in the area.
Dying Light is a game of smart survival, so it's not always good to fight. When you see a large group of biters, it's better to use a decoy to distract them. In this early game mission, we follow a lead to an abandoned factory used by the Baron to experiment on chimeras, his terrifying zombie mutations. Since chimeras are crucial for Kyle's progression, he decides to investigate with the help of Olivia, a character he met during his escape from the Baron's lab. The fast-moving virals still exhibit human traits. Don't be fooled. This makes them even more dangerous.
It's not your fault, Kyle.
I do not feel obliged to believe that the same God who has endowed us with sense, reason, and intellect has intended us to forego their use. He has gifted us the means to decipher the code of nature, and it's our highest purpose we must strive to accomplish. I only answer to this divine calling. And you.
Do you see who's the real beast here?
Close. Stay here and stand guard. On me. Bloody hell.
Every man has an animal within. If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Dying Light: The Beast is a bold new entry in Techland's acclaimed survival horror action series, designed as a standalone story that both builds upon and diverges from the original Dying Light formula. At its core, the game places players back in the shoes of Kyle Crane, a character long thought lost, only to reveal that he has been subjected to years of experimentation by shadowy groups. These experiments have twisted his body and mind, giving him a dangerous dual nature that defines the game's central mechanic, the ability to shift between his human form and an unstable feral state referred to as beast mode. This transformation is not just cosmetic, it completely alters how the player approaches combat, traversal and survival, creating a constant tension between restraint and unleashing devastating power. The new setting of Castor Woods provides a stark contrast to the dense urban jungle of Haran. Instead of rooftops and cramped alleyways, players navigate a vast rural expanse, a foreboding valley framed by towering pines, rushing rivers and mist-covered hills. Castor Woods is more open but no less claustrophobic, thanks to its labyrinthine undergrowth, dilapidated farmsteads, hidden caves, and long-forgotten logging camps swallowed by creeping vines. Dynamic weather heightens this oppressive mood, with fog reducing visibility to a few meters, rain making traversal slick and treacherous, and wind howling through broken structures at night. Combined with a full day-night cycle, the woods transform constantly, creating a world where no two ventures into the wilderness feel alike. Daytime exploration allows cautious scavenging, while nighttime turns the valley into a living nightmare, as mutated predators prowl the dark and even the faintest noise can attract overwhelming hordes. Traversal remains one of the series' strongest features, with Crane's signature parkour system returning in full force but adapted to the rural terrain. Players vault across fallen logs, swing on rope bridges, scale lookout towers and scramble over jagged cliffsides, with seamless animations that keep the flow uninterrupted. Vehicles also return, though they are less about speed and more about adaptability. Off-road buggies, makeshift trucks and even jury-rigged motorbikes allow players to navigate the uneven terrain, but fuel scarcity and mechanical wear force careful management. In Beast Mode, traversal gains a primal edge. Longer leaps, wall grabs with raw strength, and even the ability to crash through barricades with sheer force, though using these powers comes at the cost of stamina or increased instability in Crane's condition. Combat, as expected from Techland, is brutal, tactile and weighty. Human form Crane fights with the series' signature melee system, using bats, machetes, pipes and crafted weapons that degrade over time, while also integrating firearms and crossbows where resources permit. The added twist comes from Beast Mode. Once unleashed, Crane can execute devastating melee combos, rip enemies off the ground and hurl them into walls, or crush barricades to scatter foes. However, Beast Mode cannot be used without consequence. A hidden instability meter builds with overuse, reflecting Crane's struggle against his mutations, and players must carefully balance when to embrace the monster within. The visceral contrast between skillful, precise melee combat and raw, chaotic fury creates a gameplay loop where players are constantly assessing risk versus reward. The enemies populating Castor Woods expand beyond traditional zombies. Familiar shambling infected and virulent night predators return, but Techland introduces new variants unique to the setting. Chimeras, grotesque fusions of animals and humans created by the Baron's experiments, stalk the woods with terrifying unpredictability. Hostile human factions, warlords, scavenger cults and Baron loyalists, pose just as much danger, using the terrain to their advantage and employing traps, firearms or beasts of their own. The interplay between human and monster adversaries reinforces the theme that Crane's struggle is not only with external forces, but with his own internal corruption mirrored in the world around him. Narratively, the Beast places revenge at the centre of Crane's journey. His obsession with destroying the Baron, the enigmatic figure responsible for his torment, fuels the main campaign. But the story isn't just about vengeance, it's also a meditation on identity, control, and the cost of survival. Crane is constantly confronted with the reality of his changing nature, both physically and psychologically, with allies and enemies alike questioning whether he is still human or already something else entirely. These moral and emotional dilemmas unfold through cinematic sequences, branching dialogue, and choices that can alter side quest outcomes or the fates of key characters. Progression in Dying Light: The Beast builds upon the layered RPG-light systems that Techland has refined over years of development. Crane's growth is split between two distinct trees, human skills and beast powers. Human progression emphasizes parkour fluidity, crafting efficiency, stealth capabilities and refined melee techniques, rewarding careful play and resourcefulness. Beast powers, by contrast, lean into raw aggression and primal dominance, allowing Crane to unleash ground-shattering slams, frenzied claw-like attacks, or terrifying roars that can stagger enemies and send weaker foes fleeing. The balance between these two paths is not fixed. Players are encouraged to experiment with hybrid builds, blending the discipline of humanity with the savagery of the beast. Importantly, the skill trees don't just dictate abilities, but also reflect Crane's inner struggle, visually and narratively, as his body and psyche evolve depending on how much he relies on either side. Survival mechanics remain central to the gameplay loop. Scavenging is more dangerous than ever, with Castor Woods offering a wide range of crafting materials hidden in abandoned cabins, caves, or guarded caches. Players must manage weapon durability, scarce ammunition, limited healing supplies, and even basic survival necessities like food and clean water. Resource scarcity ties directly into the game's horror tension, ensuring that players feel constantly vulnerable. The introduction of environmental survival hazards, such as hypothermia from prolonged rain exposure, muddy terrain slowing movement, and predators attracted to blood scent, adds layers of complexity. The woods themselves feel like a living, hostile organism, punishing recklessness while rewarding patience and preparation. The day-night cycle, a hallmark of the series, returns with heightened significance. By day, the woods are eerie but navigable, with infected hiding in shadows and chimeras lurking in deeper forest zones. By night, however, the valley transforms into an overwhelming gauntlet of predators and infected swarms. The new weather system amplifies this effect. A storm at night might obscure moonlight, making visibility near zero, while lightning temporarily illuminates the woods, revealing prowling threats. Rain muffles footsteps for stealth but makes surfaces slippery, altering both traversal and combat. These dynamic systems don't just add spectacle, they fundamentally change how players strategize, forcing adaptability with each shift in the environment. Now you can enjoy the screenshots without any interruption. Enjoy!